morning, everyone. Welcome to Delta Entertainment. I am your host, Liquid Kenobi. And before we get started, would like you guys please hit that like button. Please subscribe to my channel. Would appreciate that very, very much. All right, let's get into this. Right now, all these Trump tariffs, it looks like they're affecting other companies, Bo. Well, the dang. How sad is that? Well, not as much as sad as Disney is, because right now, Disney put out this. Bob Iger warns Disney employees of fallout from Trump tariffs as company faces new economic headwinds. So, if you guys have been paying attention to what's been going on with Disney, Disney has made so many mistakes throughout the years. They have made so many mistakes. They started going political. They started supporting the woke DI propaganda nonsenses. You know, they've hired male cast members to dress up as female characters. And that's not. I don't think it's happening in Orlando, but I think it's happened in California. That you know very well. They mistreated the ADAs. They are mistreating customers on their prices. They have got too many prices on certain things, especially the fast pass list. I think they like three different types of fast passes, and it's just too expensive. And they're changing the theme parks. They're not like in Magic Kingdom. They're not going by IPs anymore. I mean, they're not going by lands. They're doing by IPs. Like they're taking away Tom Sawyer's Island just to make it into cars, and then of course they took away Splash Mountain to put in Tiana's Bayou, and that didn't work out perfectly as well. It kept getting malfunctioned because you got employees that you've hired that are in the DEI because they don't know how to fix the problem, and it's going to keep going like that until you hire people that have knowledge on how to fix the problem. See, all those attractions that they are creating, Monsters Incorporated, the modern day version of the Muppets, Tiana's Bayou, Cars, and a villain's theme, all that could have been in one theme park. One theme park. Take Epic Universe. Epic Universe has created 5 new lands. You got Celestial Park. You have Super Nintendo World. You have the Isle of Berk. You have a brand new Wizarding World of Harry Potter, which is based on the Fantastic Beasts, and Dark Universe. 5 new themes in one park. If Universal can do this, I know Disney can. But let's not talk about that anymore. Let's get onto this article and see what is going on. Walt Disney Company CEO Bob Iger is sounding the alarm about the potential consequences of newly implemented tariffs from President Donald Trump's administration. During a surprise appearance at ABC's News Daily editorial meeting, Iger offered candid and unfiltered remarks about the likely fallout from the White House is calling Liberation Day tariffs, a sweeping policy that imposes a 10% blanket tariff on all imports, with even steeper levies on major trading partners. The United States began collecting the 10% tariff on April 5th. A second round of steeper reciprocal tariffs, including an additional 34% on Chinese imports, bringing the total of 44%, is set to begin on April 9th, 2025. President Trump has also threatened an additional 50% tariff on Chinese goods if retaliatory actions from Beijing are not withdrawn, which could bring the total up to a staggering 94%. Iger expressed deep concern about what this could mean for Disney and the U.S. economy. According to attendees, and emphasized that the idea of swiftly relocating overseas manufacturing to the United States was unrealistic, given the specialized labor involved, pointing to the examples like Apple's Foxconn factories in China. He argued that it would be nearly impossible to replicate those conditions domestically in the short term. Staffers present at the meeting told CNN's Oliver Darcy that Iger appeared to be urging ABCs to connect the dots for the public, noting that the most Americans don't really understand how tariffs work. He warned of a ripple effect across Disney's many business units, singling out Disney Cruise Line as particularly vulnerable to the reliance on imported steel for ship construction. Iger even suggested that rising costs could force the company to scale back its investment plans. While Iger's concerns might be legitimate, his comments also raised questions. For one, Disney Cruise Line, the example he chose to highlight, may actually be one of the company's least vulnerable in divisions. Most Disney ships are built in Europe and registered in the Bahamas, meaning they aren't directly subject to U.S. import tariffs. If anything, DCL could become a more appealing investment because of its global mobility and supply chain. By contrast, Disney's domestic theme parks, particularly Walt Disney World and Disneyland, are far more exposed. Theme park construction relies heavily on imported ride systems and raw materials, much of which come from European manufacturers. These costs are likely to rise sharply under the new tariffs, putting pressure on projects already under scrutiny. It's worth noting that Disney had already scaled back its capital investment pipeline in recent years. Canceled or delayed initiatives include the Play Pavilion, Reflections Resort, Spaceship Earth, Overhaul, and Cherry Tree Lane expansion in Epcot. Some of these were shelved during the global health crisis, but others have quietly disappeared without formal acknowledgement. There is a pattern of Disney learning on extreme external crisis to justify cuts, and now tariffs may become the latest justification. The reality is that much of Disney's highly touted 60 billion 10-year investment plan has yet to materialize. Massive projects like Villains Land, Cars Land, and Monstropolis remain in the early conceptual phases. With the cost of imported components rising, Disney could opt to quietly delay or deep scope these ventures, while blaming economic uncertainty. That would allow them to preserve capital without making it appear as though the company is backing away from its public promises. It should be noted that the expansions in both the Magic Kingdom and Disney's Hollywood Studios have been contentious projects that have steered a lot of dissent among the Disney fanbase. They would require a destruction of beloved attractions and locations like Muppet Vision 3D, Rivers of America, so it could be that the tariffs are providing Disney with an easy escape hatch to ditch unpopular decisions without actually admitting fault. Strategy wouldn't be without the president. During the global health crisis of 2020, Disney cut details and scale from several projects that moved forward, such as Epcot's World Celebration. In other cases, they simply left venues under construction indefinitely, effectively mothballing spaces to save on operational expenses. For now, Disney says it's assessing the situation with the tariffs, and Iger's comments make it clear that internal concerns are growing. The bigger question is whether the tariffs are a short term disruption or a convenient cover for decisions Disney was already prepared to make. Man, they were doing these decisions before the tariffs came out, man. They did this before Trump's tariffs came out. They decided to do this, so they should not put, so they shouldn't be upset about this. They knew what they're going to get themselves into. But with Trump's tariffs, if it does impact them by slowing down all the material that they need to get these parks, to get these themes underway, hey, oh no, oh well. We'll see if it's going to change temporarily. We'll see because it is April 9th, so we'll see what happens. One thing is certain: fans, investors, and analysts alike will be watching closely. If Disney uses tariffs as a reason to shelve or shrink its domestic ambitions, the narrative could shift from external economic headwinds to internal strategic retreat. The coming months will tell the real story. So, like I said, dude, Hollywood Hollywood has pandered a lot with China. And of course, Disney has done this, and Disney has also done the same, you know. And now, all the years that is happening, all this time now that we're changing, that we're trying to get money from China and all the other countries because, like I said before, we've helped them in return. We've helped them out in any situation they needed, but in return, they never helped us out. So Bob Iger is complaining too damn much, and I'm just tired, man. But you know, hey, it's a story out. This is good. It's a story news out there. So I will do what I can to talk about these things, man. But like I said, dude, it's just right now, all these studios, all these companies, man, they're just hurting right now. So we'll see what happens in the long run, dude. We'll just see. I'm sure it's nothing to panic about. So, you guys, I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. So please share this video, post a comment below, let me know your thoughts. Again, thank you for watching this video. Thank you for being part of the channel, and I hope to see you guys until next time. Bye for now.